Hello everybody, back here again for vlog a day, and today is Thursday the 17th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day. Got this morning, got the dogs taken care of. The one little white fuzzy thing is just all kinds of mad that she's like, people get near her, like other dogs get near her and stuff, she's like just grumpy, just growly and stuff. She's fine when she's there, she's sniffing around stuff, and she like forgets they're there, and then she turns and sees them, and she's like, "Arr!" Like, what the hell, like you were fine with it 2 seconds ago, but it is what it is. So she made it through the night pretty well, though, I gotta say. One point she jumped up in the rocker recliner chair, apparently, and startled the hell out of her, because she comes shooting out of it in the chair, womp, 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 as it finally stopped shaking, and then she ended up in a different chair. So, hung out there, everything was great. Got this morning, though, got them outside, got them all, using the bathroom, everything was good. Got them all fed. I hopped in the hot tub, chilled out there for a little while. Saw my wife off to work. We had a couple other things going on. Ended up talking to one of my lenders that I'm trying to deal with. I'd sent him my information, and my email address doesn't sound real. It's a funny, just a comical email address, whatever, blah blah. And I use it often because especially I love it because when I tell it to you, you don't forget it, And I'm not giving it out here because I just don't want it out there, kind of thing, because it is the one I have, and I have enough junk and spam coming to it as it is. I don't need it thrown up on here on the channel. But I literally sent him a text going, hey, he goes like, oh, I'll get it to you and stuff. A couple days ago, I'm like, I didn't get it and stuff. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll have her do it right now and stuff. And then that was yesterday. And then again, last night, I even had sent out, it was 8:30 at night, whatever. I'm like, I know it's super late, you're running out of the office, but hey, man, I don't know if it's going to junk file. I don't know if it's going somewhere and stuff, but I'm not getting this email. I don't have it. I still have not seen nothing and stuff and whatnot. So I get a call from today. I'm sitting out there and stuff in the yard playing with the dogs, and the phone rings, and he just instantly jumps to it. First, I was like, what if somebody else answered my phone? What if, he just goes into some shit, and I was like, well, that's a little bit bold move there, Cotton. This thing goes, he goes, my staff was thinking I was fucking with him. They weren't saying, hey, man, he says he don't have the email. He goes, that's a real email? So they're like, why do we want to do business with a person like this? Because it basically says that I'm, I have no money in my email. It basically says that I'm a bum of sorts, kind of thing, whatever and whatnot. And he's like, just send the damn email, kind of thing. I'm like, my theory is I'm definitely not putting on airs with this email. It's like I'm the poorest person type, at gmail.com type crap. It's definitely, I'm not like, ooh, look at my new Mercedes, and it's a damn, Chrysler with a Mercedes badge. It's not what I'm doing. I'm the guy I'm driving a 2002 Chevy truck that leaks oil like a sieve, and basically, I'm driving it, and I can write a check for any new truck on the market anywhere I want, but I don't want a new truck. I don't need to show off you at a stoplight. I'm gonna buy my Tesla stock, and I'm gonna buy my, my AT&T stock. I'm gonna watch that shit grow up, and I'm gonna build myself a brand new house and get that thing paid off, so I don't have to worry about paying mortgages and all that kind of crap. I'm that dude instead, and this is the guy I'm needing to borrow money from so I can build my new house. So I was kind of laughing. I'm like, clearly I'm not trying to, fake shit. I'm not wearing a fake Louis Vuitton bag, I didn't get it at the swap meet, kind of dude. So she kind of laughs. They basically sent me, he's like, man, I thought I was fucking with him. I do it to him every once in a while, so the staff. We kind of laughed and joked. I'm like, I almost who is this? When it basically just to mess with him a little bit back too, but I didn't. So get the information from my wife. She can get the information they need, get it pulled to them, get it sent up there, and hopefully get a loan approval. And I think what we're going to do is just pull out a mortgage on our house we have now and have the cash to start building a new property. And I got to decide, am I buying, if right now there's 5 acres available and 10 acres available, and it's $100,000 or $200,000, and part of me is like, God, just buy the full 10 acres and just be done with it. And then you could always sell off there if you need to and stuff, and blah, blah, whatever, or just have a giant yard. But there's also part of me is like, damn, I just kind of, I don't know, that's the extra $100,000 I won't have to build my house. That could literally be the difference between having windows and not having windows. I won't be able to finish my project because I don't have the money to finish my project because I bought too much land, So there's a little bit in that process of what am I doing here, kind of thing, what do I want to do? But if I don't buy the bigger chunk of the 10 acres and then I get my house built and I still have, say, $101,000 left over, I'm like, damn, I should have bought it, because now somebody else bought it, I have a neighbor that I might not like. Where if I buy the 10, less neighbors to worry about, so, or at least less space, a lot more space between neighbors. So got a good joke, laugh at that one. Ended up hanging around the day, had a couple other things planned, had a gentleman that wants to come look at one of my vending machines, then wants to look at a couple other vending machines I have in my garage and go from there, kind of thing. So we're kind of up in the air of what we're doing with it and kind of seeing where we're at. Went ahead and ended up giving back one of the dogs today. They finally came, picked it up, and I was super happy to see it go home. It's just unneutered male that I'm not watching him again, and he's marking everything constantly. He's just a pain in the butt. He just can't settle down. He's just not. And the woman even, basically her husband told her, you know, you have to tell them I had him trained, and the wife ruined him. She's like, I ruined him. My wife, you know, husband or boyfriend or was, you know, he had him well behaved and stuff, and he's not that anymore. So super happy getting picked up. And then, I don't know if maybe the guys didn't know, because I was talking to the wife the whole time, whatever, on text messages of how shitty the dog was, because she's trying to hide that from him. But didn't say, hey man, sorry my dog pissed on everything you own, nothing, that kind of crap, not a damn thing. Just took his dog and left. Not even a thank you. Like, hey man, thanks for keeping my dog safe, thanks for keeping me healthy, and nothing. I'm like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Like, it's, I know I'm getting paid, this is a job kind of thing, but like, your dog is above and beyond the average normal dog I watch. So a thank you or a damn tip to clean up all this mess and basically deal with all the marking on everything around the property would have been very helpful. I would have been mad about that whole fact, but it is what it is. But again, maybe the husband didn't know, and who knows. But he'll get marked down as a dog I will not watch again, and move on from there. But yeah, got that done, and I was like, you know what? I am kind of, I'm kind of free for the day. I'm thinking I might run up and go try and load some more records, take to my father-in-law and whatever and whatnot, and get that done. Or I might try and contact the guy at the vending machines and want to look at them, because our schedules are really weird. And I got a text right as literally as I was getting back to the house from them picking the dog up. They got a text saying, hey man, I'm free today, come look at vending machines if you're free. Like, my day got opened up, so he was wanting to do it on Friday instead. And I'm like, I think I can make that work. Give me a few minutes, let me check, let me see if I can get in there and stuff, let me see what I can do, and I move things around. I'll push back the records, because I hate to say this way, but it kind of sounds a little shitty. Like, that should have been done months and months and months ago, and it's the father-in-law who isn't doing what needs to be done. He's been dragging his feet on that one, so it's kind of his fault on there. So why should I make that a priority when he hasn't made it a priority for months? And I gotta change my life and make, just because your lack of planning should not be my requirement to become my priority. It's not my emergency kind of thing. So went ahead and said, you know what, I'll meet you there, man. Let me go check, make sure the door's open, yada yada. Get into the building because sometimes it has a door lock. So he's like, cool. I ran over there and stuff, and he's good. He headed over. Took a little longer than he thought. Had some more traffic to deal with. Finally got there. We hung out. He checked out the machine. He was happy with it. Wanted to go see a couple machines that had in the garage. So he followed me back over to my house. Checked it out. And he's like, hey man, I think I want these. They look clean. They're working good. They're in much better shape. Even what I call my filthy, dirty, really bad shape one. He goes, that thing's in nicer shape than stuff I drove like all over Florida looking for. Really like Clearwater's driven all over the place looking for vending machines. And he said that one's in better shape than the one they told me I went to look at that was pristine. And I'm like, oh, people lie, man. People are just full of shit. So I'm like, I'm not that dude. Like, if there's damage on it that I know of, you'll know of it. Like, I'll tell you what I know, because I hate being lied to. I hate being, I don't want to be that dude. I'd rather lose money and not get as much of a sale out of it than have it there. I also, when we agree upon a price, you get here and it's better than what I said. It shows I'm honest, and I know I'm telling you everything I know about it. I want you to be happy with what you bought, not like, oh, that dude ripped me off. That's not the feeling I want. So it is what it is there, which is why the reason why I did not do really good selling cars, because that whole world is built on milk them for every damn dollar you can, charge them $300 for mud flaps and all that kind of. That's how you make profit. And it's like, I can't do that, man. I have no problem making money. I have no problem with that. If the money you give me benefits, if the product you get benefits you more than the money you give me, then it's a win-win. That's a great sales technique. That's where everything goes good. Now, if the money you give me benefits me more than the item that you get benefits you, that makes me a con artist, in my opinion. It makes me a thief. I hate that. It drives me nuts. So it is what it is there. So yeah, I went ahead. He said he'd let me know. He'd send me over a deposit tonight or first thing in the morning. He'd let me know if he wanted to pay through PayPal or Venmo or whatever he wants to do, and go from there and figure the whole thing out. And we can, hopefully get that going and everything's good to go. So, but no, he was happy with the machines. He wants to buy, sounds like he wants to buy all three. He wants to buy 3 of them, and I told him if he buys 3, I'll give him a 4th for free, and we can move on from there, kind of thing and stuff. And all I was going to do is wait for him to get me a deposit. That's all I got to do. So, yeah, and super nice guy. Was communicative with, hey, time delays and stuff and all that. So everything worked out well. Yeah, offered him like, hey, you want some food? I think they got some cooking in there and stuff. He goes, now I gotta get back with my kid. I was saying, man, all good. Be safe, and I'll look to hear from you. So hopefully by morning I'll have something from him for deposit, how he wants to pay me, and he can get that bought, and hopefully it comes up to a couple more bucks, and he can buy the rest of the machines in the garage. Because if he can do that, I would be, it'd be nice if I could have that much more space in my garage to open up and let things go. So anyway, then got done with that whole thing, got back to the house. My mom and wife were already eating. I said, hey, because I told them to eat before me, so by the time I get back, it was going to be super late. I went and got my run in, got my shower, went ahead and left over. They had chicken strips, I think, and like cabbage or something. I ended up eating leftover pasta because we had a little bit of leftover pasta left. Knocked that thing out of there instead, and then ended up outside to enjoy my cigar for the evening and chill out with the dogs outside in the beautiful, absolutely gorgeous weather. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.